I recently rediscovered a forgotten technique that can transform every setback into a powerful leap forward. Think about it. What if every setback of yours actually fuels your progress instead of slowing you down? Imagine getting faster, stronger, and better after every setback or defeat. This video is not about positive thinking or empty beliefs. It's about 3 simple actionable steps that you can start using immediately after a setback. Follow them and you will not only bounce back faster but accelerate your progress like never before. To illustrate my point, I'll share a personal experience with you. I recently faced a massive setback in my career. It felt like being hit by a truck. My confidence was shattered, my motivation destroyed, and I started questioning everything. But it was not new for me. It was a pattern. I would want something badly, I would work really hard for it, and I believed that I deserved it. But I still fell short. And then disappointment would follow, I would get disheartened, and eventually I would give up. And I kept asking myself, why does this always happen to me? Here's what I discovered. The problem wasn't in my skills or efforts, it was my self image. Deep down, I saw myself as not good enough. And here's the truth, you cannot outperform your self image. Let me repeat that. Your self image dictates your results in life. Your self image defines whether setbacks will break you or build you. You might have the best coach in this world, you might have trained like a maniac, but on the race day, your self image can become your shackles. So, what is this self image? Your self image is how you truly see yourself. It's defined by your subconscious and your unconscious levels of your mind. Your conscious mind is where logic and reasoning happen, what you are aware of right now. Your subconscious mind is the storehouse of your beliefs, emotions, and habits. It works in the background even when you don't realize it. And the unconscious mind goes even deeper. It's where your instincts and deeply rooted patterns live. Most of your self image operates below the surface at your unconscious and subconscious levels. That is why when people told me, "Oh, you are amazing, Ankur, you have what it takes, you can do it," I would agree consciously, but deep down I still felt like a failure. Some of you might say, "Oh, I do positive self talk. I tell myself all the time, I am confident, I can do it, I have what it takes." But here's the problem, positive self talk only scratches the surface. Your self image is built from years of experience and is stored deep in your subconscious. Your self image requires real evidence to evolve. Simply positive self talk won't work. Let me give you an example. If your parents kept on telling you, you are capable, you have what it takes, you are ready to face the world, but they kept holding your hand on every step of the way, they never let you fail, or they never let you take decisions, your mind will not absorb their words, it will absorb their actions. And the data your subconscious mind will get is, I am not capable, I don't have what it takes, I cannot do this on my own. So, how do you change this? How do you give your mind real data and credible proof to evolve your self image? Let me break it down into 3 simple yet powerful steps that you can start taking right now. Let's dive into step number 1. Write down 5 things that you find extremely challenging. Here's the key, others might find it easy. Their usual might be your challenge. It does not matter. Just physically write them down because writing is thinking on paper. Here's my list. 1 hour of intense gymming because I usually manage 30 to 35 minutes. Avoid snacking in the evening because every evening as I work on my laptop, I would get this intense urge to eat something and it wouldn't go away unless I give in. Make a mind map of a book because I find it extremely complex and daunting. Walk 10k steps in a day because I usually manage 3 to 4,000 steps per day. Wake up at 6 a.m. on a winter morning to study because coziness of a blanket on a winter morning is too hard to give up for books. Now that you have written 5 challenges, let's move to step number 2. Choose any 3 of those 5 challenges and do them on a particular day. Not necessarily together, but just do 3 of them. These challenges will seem uncomfortable, and that is the point. Growth does not come from what's easy. Picture this: each step that you take towards these challenges is like adding a brick to the foundation of the person you are becoming. Brick by brick, you are building a version of you that can tackle life's toughest moments. But before we get to step number 3, the game changer step, let me share the common mistakes that people commit. Mistake number 1: suppose you make a goal, I will meditate every day. And now you start meditating, you meditate for 20 days, but on the 21st day, you skip meditation because of some emergency. Are you still successful? No, because you did not meditate every day. You meditated for 20 days. So the first mistake is making everyday goals. You need to make today goals. I will meditate today. I will take 10k steps today. I will not have sugar today. Mistake number 2. Suppose you make a goal, I will take 10k steps today. And you finish off that task, you achieve that target by early evening. Now, what most people think is, oh, let me revise this goal. I can do 12k steps a day. Let me now shift the goalpost to 12k steps. What is the problem with this? When you keep raising the bar for yourself, what essentially you are telling to your mind is, nothing I do is good enough. And that voice becomes louder and louder, and soon you are exhausted, demotivated, and you give up. But when you honor your goals the way you set them, you start to rebuild trust in yourself. So, shifting goalpost is the second mistake that people do. So, do not shift goalpost, stick to your goals at least for the first few weeks. Mistake number 3: whenever you create goals, you simply share it with the world or your friends or on social media. What's wrong with this? Freud said, language is a substitute for actions. If you verbalize goals, you have already committed the action in your mind. And then you lose the motivation to act, to perform in real life. Thus, you feel guilty later on for not achieving those goals. Now, let's go to the third step, the most crucial step. After writing and achieving your goals, the third step, the most important step, is to take a moment and reflect. Most people simply go out and celebrate, or they distract themselves with smartphones or food. You need to internalize this feeling of achievement. Ask yourself, how do I feel right now? How do I feel after achieving this goal? What came in the way? What helped me? So, what happens when we reflect? As we reflect and as we process our achievements, your subconscious mind gets the message that I can do it. I have what it takes. I can overcome obstacles. I have the ability, or I can develop the ability to achieve goals. This is what your subconscious mind starts believing. This moment of reflection is not about celebrating, it's about proving to yourself that you can do it. This is the evidence your mind needs to evolve your self image. When I finished my 10k steps that day, I just did not feel tired. I felt this overwhelming feeling of pride. It was like I had proved to myself that I can do hard things. That's the magic of reflection. It reminds you that however small the step is, you are capable of change. And this proof becomes the foundation of your self image. But wait, that's not it. When you reflect, you also realize that the real beauty was in the process, not the results. Once you realize this truth that you are entitled to actions, not outcomes, setbacks will cease to demotivate you. But this realization comes only from reflecting after you have achieved the goals that you decided on. After that setback, I felt crushed, like I have lost my chance. For hours and hours, I kept replaying what I could have done differently. But when I started this activity, something shifted. I felt a spark of hope, and in 3 days, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. And after 1 week, I was actively scouting for opportunities. And guess what? I did get two opportunities which I grabbed on, and I am extremely grateful for that. So, yes, this technique works. This technique works because it builds one thing that transforms setbacks into strengths, your self image. So, grab a pen, write down those challenges, and start today. Your next breakthrough is waiting. Thanks for watching.